Welcome to another episode of Salty Country. I'm up on the hill by the pile of trees that I took out a while back. I've been out here working on some of the other items in the yard. Actually, this area is really not part of the yard. It's my son's house over there where I'm standing here. All this used to be pasture. So here's an old, what's left of a barn that we're going to end up tearing down. But this area right here has always kind of been no man's land beside this old barn. So I got in here this morning, pulled out the old lawnmower that was sitting in here. There was a 16-foot trailer sitting there with some metal on it. Took the excavator, pulled it out, kind of worked my way in with the excavator. So I got to get up here later on this evening. I've got to run to the grocery store with Melody here in a minute. But all these little trees and snags and stuff like that right here, I'm gonna cut some of those down. There's a old ladder deer stand in there that's still good, but it's got a couple trees growing through it. So I'm gonna get in there, cut that off, and get the ladder stand out of the way, take the excavator, get all these trees out of the way. Then I'll probably have to cut these things up into 8-foot lengths or so that we can carry them with the grapple down through the old driveway down to the lower pasture. So stick around. We're going to get up here this evening and get busy on that pile. All right, got sidetracked a little bit. Had to watch the Bulldogs and Auburn game. Go Dogs. Gotta keep the faith until the end. Every week in the SEC is a battle. If you let your guard down, you'll get beat in the SEC. Tough game today, but Beck proved himself and the Dogs pulled it off in the end. So good win. So I'm going to take the excavator. I'm going to kind of clean this mess right here up, and then I'm going to shift around to the big pile and try to start staging material so I can bring the skid steer in and grab it with a grapple, carry it to the burn pile. So I don't know that I'll get very much done this evening. We'll probably continue tomorrow and see how we do. So stick around. Alright, I'm mic'd up. We're going to see if we can get some of this cleaned up. My goal is to try to go through this pile and stack it where I can grab it easily with the grapple. So, let's see if we can grab some of this. Spin it around. Set it in here behind me so I can get the grapple up here. It's got some of this flowering crabapple tree and that kind of crap in it. It's got thorns on it. It wants to grab a hold of everything. So it's going to just take some time to get through this, but hopefully a lot of this stuff will break up and I don't have to get the chainsaw out. I think I might have blown a hose. Yep. I blew something. It's going to be interesting finding this. Didn't want to lift the boom, so Let's see. Everything in here looks dry so far. This don't look like it's going to be easy to get to either. I guess I'm going to have to pull the belly pan. Huh. Oh well, it's part of having equipment. Anyway, I'm going to let this sit and quit dripping. I'll get back up here later on and get under it and see if I can figure out what hose is blown and get it off so I can get another one made. Alright, that looked like it turned into a whole new episode itself. I'll have to figure out this blown hose. Hopefully it's not going to be horrible, but underneath these things can sometimes be a nightmare. So anyway, we're going to move on to something else. Well, plans have changed. I carried a couple loads down to the burn pile. I just decided I was going to go ahead and park the T300. I'm going to put on some old clothes here in a little bit. Go out and pull the belly pan off of the excavator. See if we can figure out this hydraulic line that blew. It's putting a damper on what I wanted to accomplish today. My goal today was to get that entire pile moved and get that area dressed up, but things happen. So anyway, if you like our content, subscribe, share it with your friends. We'll thank everyone for watching. We'll see you on the next one.